Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different and as promised. Now, I don't know if you follow us on Twitter, but I've done some little tweets about what's happened the past week. I've been away in London, I've been working on a book. And in total last week, I did 17 makeup looks, and so I've had a bit of a brainwave and a breakthrough and a light bulb going off in my head of how to apply it in different ways. And obviously everything I've learned, nothing professional or nothing short was, but just what I've gone and done, hands-on experience, because I have done nothing but stare at myself in a mirror and do 17 makeup looks. So there's been completely loads and loads of stuff going on my head, so lots of doodling. But in the meantime, I found out lots of new stuff, and I'm going to show you. Firstly, I'm going to do some foundation, and I'm going to do it and show you a little bit how I've been doing it myself this week. And I must admit, it's brilliant. It's really flawed out the skin and everything. I think you'll be proud. And then some amazing eyeshadow looks. I really hope that you like it, because I know I get a lot of criticism because I'm not as good as the rest. But I am trying, so I hope you enjoy. So first we're going to start with the concealer. And the concealer I'm using is a Studio Stick, and it's by MAC. And that's my colour. Near enough anyway. I've lost the lighter one, which I like to use. But spotty dotty, look. So just going to get rid of them first. Just dab your concealer on. I'm just going to give it a quick blend, just a minute. And then a little bit there because I've got a bit of redness. A little bit there. And it doesn't harm to put a little bit there, just around your nose. And a little bit there. And then I'm going to take the foundation brush. This is what I've been using. Just blend that in, just gentle. You don't want to rub it off or it'll come straight off what you've just put on. So you just want to kind of dab. Now this brush is slightly damp because it's just been washed. So it'll probably be a bit better for us, to be honest. But let's get rid of them a little bit. Now we're going to use some foundation. And I'm using a really thick one here. And it's the Studio Sculpt by MAC. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that onto my brush. Dab, 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 dab. And then I'm going to bring it out. So you kind of want to start in the middle. I learned this from Sandy Gold. To start in the middle of the face and always bring it out towards the hairline. So I hope you can see exactly what I'm doing. But you will see a difference once I'm done. And so I'm just blending this in. Now I don't usually take time and do foundation with a brush. What I usually do is I just apply it with my hands. But you're not getting a good coverage, so I thought take some time out and learn. So I sat in the bathroom the other night before I went to London. And I thought, okay, what do I do? And I just sat and learned and done my best. And I come up with some great techniques and some great way of covering the skin and just making it all the same kind of colour. So you've got the same tone going on. Because I used to put foundation on and think, okay, that's me done. And it would look horrendous because everything would show through. And in fact, all I had done was put foundation on. I hadn't put it on properly. So I'm just basically brushing this in everywhere. So don't want any gaps. And what you want to do with foundation is you pick a colour that's near to your skin tone. You don't want to pick a colour that's going to cover in colour. You want it to just cover. So you don't want a foundation that's going to colour your skin in. You just want one to cover. I always made that mistake when buying foundations. I would get advised to have a nice light colour, but I would think, well, I don't want that, I want a dark one, and end up looking silly and then wonder why. So I'm just going to put it all over because it's not just the face, so just your eyelids as well that you put makeup on. And take your little finger, just in them areas, just get there. And the reason I'm doing it with the finger is because I did it with a brush. And boy, does it hurt when you get foundation in your eye. This one, especially, it stings a little bit for the first 5 to 10 minutes, but then it dies down. And for me and the coverage I'm getting, it's worth it. So I put up with the sting, but my skin's really sensitive. So, and it's actually got worse and more sensitive as I've got older. So I don't know what that's all about. I'm just going to float out the nose as well. Just making sure I've got everywhere covered, because you don't want to leave any marks or gaps. Because what we're going to be doing is, when it comes to put your blush on, blush applies much better when either your skin's moisturised or you've got foundation on. I used to put blush onto dry skin, and what I would find was it would just go patchy and blotchy and horrible, because my skin's quite patchy and blotchy and horrible. So you need a really good coverage. Just getting this right in, because I want to make sure that we're not got any marks or gaps. It's funny because at first it makes you feel a bit plasticky with you having so much foundation on. I mean, if you've got nice skin, then you really don't need to do this. But I know for me, I really feel like I need to, because my skin is just not all up to that much. And unless I could afford to get it resurfaced right now, I have to use foundation. I've got quite a lot of marks off, I don't know. I never suffered with acne, but I haven't got good skin, that's for sure. And I seem like I've got scarring along here somewhere. And it's probably just off spots along the way, I don't know. But that's your foundation. Then we're going to take a big kind of flat, stubby fluff brush. This is the powder I've been using lately. It's just amazing. And it's by Lancome, and it's a natural honey number 3, ageless mineral. You just blend it in the tub like that. It's got a colour to it. It's really light and natural. Just get that. Try not to get stuff all over the carpet. It's a bit, if you get it all over the carpet, it'll look terrible because it's a light pink. And then I'm just going to gently just swirl the powder in. And this is to give you the warm tone back. Look, it's giving it a bit of a warmth. Because the Studio Fix I've been using pretty light. Just get a bit more of that out. Don't want too much so it goes everywhere, but just going to give that a really good swoosh and blend in. And then after this, I'm going to do a nice couple of eyeshadow tutorials with a nice base, the base I've just showed you. And then also, we'll be doing blush and highlight at the end of this one, because it's all to do with priming the skin and getting it ready for your makeup. Just shut your eyes and just give the whole lot a blend. Make sure you get right in all the crevices. Then once you're done with that, I'm going to set mine with a translucent powder. Now Mac's got one here which I've been using because it's handy. Only problem is it hasn't got a safety stop, so you get so much on the lid and it goes everywhere. It dries clear so you won't see it on your skin. It looks really white and scary, but it's not. So I'm just going to put a bit of that into my lid. Just give it a blend like that. See? You can just see it, but you can't when it's on the skin. And this just sets the makeup. And again, ideal if you go clubbing and you sweat a lot. I know we don't like to talk about sweat, but yes, we do. So if you do have a sweat problem, or when you're acting up and doing a dance or whatever, it's completely normal, but I know people don't like to look a bit sweaty. So this would be ideal as well, because it's setting everything. And also, I learned from a lady at CBS that if you put a roll-on deodorant all the way around your hairline and your moustache, your lip, upper lip and your chin, where you would naturally perspire, then you won't perspire as much because you're blocking it. Now it's not good for you on a regular occasion, but if you want to not look sweaty on a night out and you want to impress someone or whatever, it's good little tips to have. Now, don't know if this is still available, but it's by Elf, and I found this because I had to get everything I had out for the book, because there's just so many makeup looks. I thought, right, I need some backup. So I went into my case where I haven't been for like ages and found loads of different things. And ages back I got loads and loads of Elf stuff sent. So this one's Lilac Petal, and it's kind of like a cheek cream. I'm calling it, it's an all over cover stick. What I'm going to do is take me brush, my foundation brush, dab it on the top like that, and just gently add a little bit there to add highlight. And you want to bring it kind of round from the eyebrow bone. So you're carrying on in that shape. And this is just a gently highlight where you would naturally highlight anyway. The hair's gone in there a bit. And a little bit on the other side. I do find e.l.f. products to be generally quite good. The only thing I don't like about that lip stuff is it's not very tasty. It's not a very nice taste. But the colours are amazing. They've got a really good section. And I'll show you them soon in a video, because like I promised you, even though I have my own makeup line, I won't be just shoving that down your throat. I wouldn't do that to you. So I'm still going to carry on as normal using all sorts of brands. But that's the foundation. You can also do there's different cream ones. This one's I'm loving at the moment. Coco Cabana by NARS, quite nice, beautiful pearl. Again, just take your little finger, just add a little bit. I know we're already going over that, but you get the idea, and it gives a beautiful dewy shine. And as you can see, it just makes it look pretty and shiny. And then we would put bronzer on if you like, or a bit of blush. And I'm going to do the blush afterwards with the makeup look. So this is this. Really hope you've enjoyed. The skin is looking much better, and you can't half not notice the spots, I tell you, because I looked dreadful before I started. You would also do your eyebrows, because by doing so much powder, they've kind of gone dusty looking. So you darken the eyebrows. I think we'll do that now before we go any further. So I'm just going to take a dark eyebrow. Look at that. This is like a dark eyeshadow, but I've been using it for my brows. And take a wet wipe or brow gel, it's up to you, whatever you want. But I just dampen the brush. I'm just using that one. I've dampened it a bit too much. It's meant to be square, look. And then just gently go around and just tease the colour through to darken your eyebrows again to what they were. Just to kind of brighten it up, and it gives a bit of frame to the face as well. Brows are so underestimated. If you get your good brow and you go to the salon and get it done, I've never been to the salon and got mine done before, but I think it's something I'd like to do, because sometimes I don't have time to pluck. So I shave and I shouldn't. Really bad. But anyway, that's it. So I'm going to switch this off now, and I'm going to get on with the makeup look for you, because I promised I would, and I've got a massive breakthrough and I can't wait to show you. I'll talk in the next one, or this is going to just go whoosh and run over. So I'm off now, and I'll be seeing you in a bit. Zoom zoom.